I wonder how Zimbabweans feel right now because he had made a lot of friends there by Zimbabwe. That time he was busy defending open borders, One Africa, and things like that. He made a lot of friends there by Zimbabwe. There were people there in Zimbabwe saying they want to meet Julius Malema because Julius Malema is the only one who wants to help them. He doesn't think they are different to South Africans. Now I wonder what these Zimbabwean friends of his are saying when they hear him speak like this.
In Mozambique, we want free and fair elections. In Zimbabwe, we call on Zimbabweans to stop being cowards and confront Mnangagwa's government and go and reclaim their own country. They cannot continue to stay in South Africa as if they are enjoying life here. You will never enjoy life in somebody else's country. You can only enjoy life if you go home and remove ZANU-PF from power and arrest those who are stealing the gold of Zimbabwe.
Listening to Julius speak like this, you wouldn't believe that this is the same Julius that was advocating for open borders, One Africa, and things like that. It seems as if him not performing well on these previous elections opened his mind to see what South Africans actually want. Because if you can pay close attention to Julius lately, he is no longer speaking for foreigners the way he used to. In fact, whenever he gets the opportunity to speak about foreigners, he's going to motivate them to go back home and fix their issues, which is something that we have been wanting as South Africans. And he was opposing us as South Africans, saying, no, countries must come together. We must help Zimbabwe. We must, I wonder how Zimbabweans feel right now because he had made a lot of friends there by Zimbabwe. That time he was busy defending open borders, One Africa, and things like that. He made a lot of friends there by Zimbabwe. There were people there in Zimbabwe saying they want to meet Julius Malema because Julius Malema is the only one who wants to help them. He doesn't think they are different to South Africans. Now I wonder what these Zimbabwean friends of his are saying when they hear him speak like this. Because it's even surprising to me listening to Julius speak like this, because I've listened to him speak differently in the past. So I wonder how his friends are feeling when they're listening to him speak like this. But I'm happy. It means the spirit of patriotism is starting to grow inside Julius. And this spirit of Pan-Africanism that he has been having all of this time defending illegal foreigners, he's starting to realize that this thing is actually damaging his political party here in South Africa, because many of us black people, some even members of the EFF, never agreed with that thing of opening borders, One Africa, and things like that. And he realized that the reason he performed badly on the previous elections, it was because of that whole narrative that he was pushing. So, since right now the local elections are approaching, he is changing his tune, because he understands that if he's going to continue speaking the way he was speaking, as if he's putting South Africa second and putting Africa first, if he continue speaking like that, he's going to lose even more in these local elections. So he thought, let me just change the way I address this situation. That is why right now you can hear him saying Zimbabweans shouldn't be cowards. Zimbabweans must go back home and fight Mnangagwa. You can see that he's trying to cultivate the spirit of patriotism inside him. Well, I don't know whether this patriotism facade that he's putting on is actually something that is real, or is something that is actually a facade, just something that is fake, just trying to trick us as South Africans. Because it might happen that we are listening to him speak like this, Kanti, he just wants to buy our votes as black South Africans so that we can think, no, Julius is no longer interested in the things of open borders, is no longer interested in speaking for foreigners. Right now, he wants foreigners to go back home, so let's vote for him. Or genuinely, he has changed his stance. now he is more patriotic. I don't know, maybe it might happen that he's just pretending. You know politicians, we know politicians, But then, personally, me listening to him speak like this is something that made me happy. If you have been following me on this channel for a while, I'm pretty sure you know by now that I am a patriot. I put South Africa first. I love South Africa. I respect our flag. I don't even think there's any other country that is better than South Africa. Well, I don't mean to be delusional, but according to me personally, South Africa is the best country out there. So I appreciate any leader that is patriotic. I always say this here on this channel. Wherever I see a patriotic leader, I'm going to speak about them and give them their flowers, because those are the leaders that we want here in South Africa. Patriotic leaders, not leaders who speak for other people, not leaders who represent other countries. We want leaders who speak and represent South Africa. So me listening to Julius speak like this, patriotic like this, is something that I appreciate from him, and I just hope that he is not pretending and he actually means what he's saying. The stance that he's taking right now is something that is genuine, not just trying to buy votes, because if he's just trying to buy votes, this thing is going to come back and haunt him. Nothing happens in the dark that never comes to the light. If maybe he's trying to trick us as South Africans so that we can think he is now more patriotic, maybe some people will be tricked and vote for him. But trust me, that thing is going to come back and bite him if he is not really genuine, because it's going to show. When time goes on, it's going to show that actually you are just buying our votes. You still speak for other people. You still represent other people. So if he's pretending, that's not a good image that he's painting for himself. That is not a good thing, because I'm telling you, it is going to come back and haunt him. So that's just what I wanted to talk about in today's video, because it was very interesting to listen to Julius speak like this. It made me wonder what the Zimbabweans who were believing in him, as if he's the one who's going to save them, what are they going to say when they hear Julius speak like this? And also, you as a South African, please tell me on the comment section down below, whether do you think Julius is genuine when he's speaking like this, or he's just pretending so that he can perform better on these coming local elections, or really he is now taking a more patriotic stance and no longer representing foreigners or speaking for foreigners? Tell me on the comment section down below. But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel, and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.